6:30 CHED Afternoons with Jaylen Nye. Weekdays at 2 on 6:30 CHED.
Want to head to Vegas this afternoon, where our next guest just landed a couple of hours ago. He, along with about 40 other Albertans, are there for the Ninja World Championships. Yeah, the Ultimate Ninja Athlete Association World Championships, pitting international ninjas against each other. And 45 Albertans are going to be fighting it out on the obstacle course over the next few days. Tim Gourlay is the owner of Edmonton and Calgary's Fitset Ninja gyms. And a good hunk of those athletes heading down there are from his gyms. Hey, Tim, welcome to the show.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Tim, I just looked up the temperature in Vegas. It's 44 degrees.
And I'm outside right now.
Well, I won't keep you too long. Tim, tell me about, we've watched American Ninja Warrior. I think that is kind of the starting ground for a lot of folks who see it. And we look at them, climbing up the wall and doing the salmon ladder and jumping and hanging on by their fingertips to these little tiny things. How does one start in ninja athletics? Like, where does it begin?
Well, most of the time, just like that. People have seen the TV show and they've heard of it and they want to come try the obstacles from the show, whether it's a birthday party or just dropping in or a summer camp. And we try and inspire them that there's more to ninja than it's just a fun thing to do, and that it's a sport where people can train and compete and go far in the sport. We have 45 athletes here competing at this World Finals, and it's a little bit different than the show.
Okay.
This is put on by a ninja league called the Ultimate Ninja Athlete Association. So there'll be athletes from all over the states, from 12 different countries. There's about 70 athletes from Canada. 45 of them are from Edmonton. So it's a growing sport, and we're having a lot of fun with it. What
is it that you think is attracting people? I mean, aside from the TV show, you say that could be where a seed gets planted, but what is it that gets people hooked?
Well, people come initially for the fun, and when they try it, they realize that it's hard. The tiny ledges and the big walls, you're not going to go in and get all these obstacles the first time, but what really gets people hooked is trying it and failing and failing and failing and failing and iterating a little bit, and then finally getting it. It's just such a great feeling of accomplishment of something that you're trying to do for a long time, making little improvements and then finally getting it, and then you want to do it with something else, another obstacle that you couldn't get. And I think that's how a lot of people get hooked, because it is hard at first, and it just takes times and reps to get into the sport. And once people get into it, they really are amazed at what their bodies can do after training.
Tim, you've been an athlete. And one of the things I read is that you started Fitset to have people to get people having fun. Do you compete in this stuff?
I'm here in Vegas. There's a component of this championship that's a 3-kilometer obstacle course race. So there's the Ninja World Final Championship in the big stadium, but on Sunday there's an OCR race, which is kind of like Spartan or Tough Mudder, if you've heard of that. Yeah. And you don't have to qualify to do that. So I've registered for Sunday. I'm going to be cheering on the team that has qualified for the ninja competition for the weekend, but then on Sunday I'm going to throw on my running shoes and tackle this heat on the OCR course.
Tim, what is the toughest? It's not an exercise. What is the toughest? What's the word? I'm talking like the salmon ladder in the wall. What is the toughest of them all?
Well, if you've seen the show, you've seen that big 18-foot mega wall.
Yeah.
That people run up. That is a pretty common mammoth obstacle that a lot of people aspire to do. For me specifically, and for a lot of the adult athletes, not so much the kids, any of the small ledges that require super strong finger strength or upper body strength is definitely a lot harder for people like me. Not as much for the adult athletes that train regularly, but seeing some of these kids, 7, 8-year-old kids that are coming to this competition just fly through the course, and the strength that they have is really amazing.
Tim, it's mind-boggling to me when I see on these courses and someone's jumping from one thing to the next over a pit of water, and they have to grab onto a tiny ledge with their fingertips. I'm like, how do you ever learn how to do that? Like, what do you do to have that much strength in your fingers?
It's training. It's training. Coming in 3-4 days a week, hanging from your fingers, starting with lighter progressions and moving up to harder progressions. And over time, those skills develop.
It's wild. Absolutely wild. And you talk about the kids who are in there, and I know that you have really young kids that come into a Fitset. I know there's probably some parents out there going, okay, is this safe? Like, tell us about the kid aspect of this, getting the youngsters involved.
Well, the youngsters are normally the first ones that are attracted to the sport. They see the show, or often families watch the show together. And so the youngsters drag their parents out to the gym and say, hey, I want to do this. And the kids are having fun. The kids start training. And what we see often is the parents are sitting on the sidelines, kind of looking around. They see some other adults doing this, and they're a little bit intrigued. And over time, we get an adult out to a class. And then the adults start training, and now there's multiple families that are competing down here at this ninja competition as a family, 2 kids and 2 parents.
Really?
In masters division. So it's really a sport for kids of all ages. The division starts 6 and up here for the kids divisions, but there's athletes here that are over 60 that are competing in the masters.
So I think you've just answered my next question, which was, is it ever too late to start?
Totally. It truly is never too late to start, and it's really cool seeing some of the older athletes that are, frankly, could do a lot more on the ninja course than I could, and it's really, I'm really excited to see those athletes compete as well this weekend.
Well, man, oh man, it's pretty amazing that more than half of the athletes from Canada are from Alberta at this. Looking forward to hearing about what happens down there. We'll be cheering everybody on from up here, and I don't know. I think running 3 kilometers through an obstacle course in 44-degree weather, Tim, is a little crazy. But best of luck to you as well.
Thank you so much, and feel free to follow along. This whole competition is being live streamed through the Ninja Sport Network. You can just Google it or go to the UNAA website, and we'll be documenting behind the scenes and some of our athlete runs on our social media at Fitset Ninja.
Oh, fantastic! Thank you so much, Tim. Stay cool.
Thank you. Have a great day. Yeah,
you too. Tim Gourlay joining me this afternoon. He is the owner of the Fitset gyms in Calgary and Edmonton. And 45 out of the 70 Canadian athletes at the Ultimate Ninja Athlete Association competition in Vegas. They're from Alberta, which is pretty cool. It's mind-boggling. We watch American Ninja Warrior fairly often, and we're always blown away by the strength and what just the sheer, like the hanging on by fingertips, jumping from one thing to another and just grasping on by your fingertips. It's amazing to me. But the strength and the agility is really something else. And I have to agree with Tim. Years and years ago when I was bodybuilding, and I started that, and I use the term bodybuilding very loosely, right? I competed, but, and I was 33 when I did it, 34 years of age when I did it. And I loved seeing all of those, and I still do, in the master class, those who are older saying, okay, you know what, I'm going to set a goal, I'm going to try it, and I'm going to hit it. And I think that those are some really inspiring stories. So I always love to see the master class in any sport.